Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Yee. If it's your first time here, thank you for joining me in my little corner of the internet. Today I have another basic bitch look with a story time. Today's look was requested by my subscriber. Her name is Susan Johnson. Thank you so much for requesting this look. I really love this look. It's been kind of like my go-to look lately, but I don't know, I thought it was kind of boring to show or record, but I did wear this look, well, not this look, because obviously I wore this look in the Patrick Top video before I demoed like all his products, and she really liked it, so I thought I would make this video for her. But just to make it a little interesting, I thought I would add a little story time in there. So before I get started, I don't want you guys to get offended by the title of this series. It's Basic Bitch doesn't really like mean you're a basic bitch. It just means like the look is just kind of basic, but I mean basic just means like everyday. I just want to be a little vulgar about it, which is why the title is called Basic Bitch, but don't be offended. You're not a basic bitch just because you do this look, because obviously I'm doing this look and maybe I am a basic bitch. But anyway, I'm going to start with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. And I recall I used this product because I wanted to use it with the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation because, well, I definitely love the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation. I don't find that it lasts very well on my skin, and I find that with the Hollywood Flawless filter as well. So I remember using this primer specifically just because I wanted to see how it would make my foundation last, but it was kind of useless because I ended up just taking the makeup off anyway. But anyway, yeah, so that's on. I'm just gonna let that sit for a minute because that's how long you're supposed to let it sit for. And today I have a story time about how I wore a swastika necklace until the age of, how old was I when I was in the 5th grade? I think I was 10. Yeah, until like the age of 10 basically. And this might be quite alarming to some of you, but yeah, I have it right here for you. Wait, hold on. Yep, that's my gold swastika necklace. And before everyone hops off and gets really offended by this, just hold on for a second there, okay? I wanted to talk about this story because I recently saw Unnatural Vegan's response to Kat Von D's video, as well as Jen review responding to Kat Von D's video, and they were just talking about how the video just wasn't really like helpful to Kat Von D, even though she was trying to clear the air. And they were just talking about how Kat Von D is being accused of being anti-Semitic because of her past relations and her current relations. Her current husband has a swastika tattoo on his neck, and I'll put a picture up right now, right next to my head. And while it is very emotion evoking, as Jen Reviews put it, I wore that same exact symbol on my neck as a child until I was 10 years old. But it is a reverse swastika, and I wore this necklace because all of my grandpa's family on my mom's side, all of my mom's family, all the family on my mom's side is Buddhist, and a reverse swastika is actually the symbol for prosperity and good luck in Buddhist culture. Okay, so I think that's about ready for my foundation now. So I just want to talk about the story. I don't really want to talk about Kat Von D too much because she just really, I don't know about her lately. So I think Jen Reviews did a really good job explaining or just talking about like her response to Kat Von D's video, and Unnatural Vegan did a good job talking about like all of the points. I didn't even watch the video because I feel like I'd just be annoyed watching it. So if you want to learn more about the Kat Von D stuff, I recommend you watch their videos because they're amazing and I love them. So yeah, but I just want to talk about like my experience with wearing this necklace until I was the age of 10. So I'm actually just going to squirt some of the Light Wonder Foundation, the Charlotte Tilbury one, in the shade 6 Medium. And and this is actually pretty like sheer coverage, so I feel like you can put a little bit more on than you normally would. Okay, so I received this necklace as a gift. In Korean culture, there's this thing called Tor, which is a 100-day celebration for a baby. So basically, when you're 100 days old, there's a big celebration. It's like tradition, and people bring you gifts. There's food. There's the whole family's invited, friends, family, and we do this like fun game where like the kid gets to choose like fucking A. There's a fucking fly in here. Okay. Where the kid chooses a notebook, like money, or a calculator, or whatever it is, and based on what they choose, that's like what they're gonna be in life. It can be like a notebook for like a writer, or calculator for like an engineer, or you can choose money and you're gonna be a business person, that kind of thing. It's just like a traditional Korean thing. It's for the baby. I don't even remember it happening, but it happened, and people bring you gifts, and some of these gifts happen to be jewelry. I got a pair of earrings and some rings from this celebration, for my 100-day celebration when I was a baby. And my mom, who is Buddhist, or was Buddhist, she's since passed, but she was Buddhist, and my whole mom's side of the family is Buddhist. So it was only natural that for a baby she would make from what she told me was that she had these rings that I knew she couldn't really trust me with because I was a child, and she didn't, I mean, like, once you're grown up you can't fit these rings anymore, so she wanted to change it and take it to the jewelers and use a gold to make it into like a necklace. And because my mom is Buddhist, she thought it'd be a great idea to put a reverse swastika sign onto it. My mom also didn't come to America until she was 18, and while I'm sure the Korean public is very aware of the Holocaust and, you know, everything that happened, I don't know if it's as talked about in history as it is for the US, and I could be totally wrong because I didn't grow up in Korea, but I don't know, that's just, I think in Korea, because there are more Buddhists, and anywhere in Asia there are more Buddhists, I assume people would look at a reverse swastika and not immediately associate it with anti-Semitism. So anyway, I really wore all my jewelry all the time when I was little because I was one, lazy, so and it was gold, so I wouldn't have to worry about it rusting or anything, so I would just wear it in the shower, wear it to sleep, wear it wherever, you know. And I had very sensitive skin, so I could really only wear those jewelry because I was really prone to getting infections if I wore fake jewelry when I was younger. And I still do get irritated if I wear it for a long time, but point being was that I wore this swastika necklace everywhere and anywhere and all day, 24/7, 365 days a year till I was 10. And I didn't really understand too much when I was younger really about the Holocaust. I mean, now I just looking at the necklace, I can't even believe I wore this necklace around for so long. But when I was younger, even though we learned a little bit about it, I don't think we really dove into it until we were in middle school, high school. So in elementary school, I mean, even the concept was very hard for me to understand. So I just saw it as something my favorite piece of jewelry that I always wore and never took off. And I didn't even think about it. It was just always on me, and it was just I don't know, part of my body, basically. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into the Milk Makeup bronzer in the shade Baked. I've really been liking this bronzer lately. I think everyone really likes this bronzer. It's a cream bronzer, it's chubby, it's easy to use, it's creamy. So I'm just gonna go lightly. And so I really didn't think too much about it. There would be weird instances. For example, when I was younger, my mom took me to an ice cream shop, and this boy, older than me at the time, because I remember him being like way taller, just came up to me out of nowhere and just grabbed my necklace and was staring at it. And like at the time I thought that was so strange. Like why? Like it's just like first personal space, like that's really weird. Like even at a young age I understood like you shouldn't be like going up to people and like touching them, especially like their pieces of jewelry. And I was just taken aback and I didn't say anything, but he like just kind of backed away and went back to his parents. And like my mom has since passed, so I don't really know what she thought of it because she was there when it happened, but she didn't really go into explaining it to me. Maybe because she just really didn't want to explain it to me, or maybe she didn't know how to explain it to me. But I remember she kind of just brushed it off and like we really didn't like go into detail. I just mentioned to her that it was super weird, and she was just like, yeah, that was super weird, and like we just kind of never talked about it again. So I just thought this, for a long time I just thought like this guy was like super fucking weird, and he like I don't know, I really thought he had like was like, I don't know, there's something wrong with him for him to like just come up to random people and like touch their necklace and all that. Now I understand why, because he's probably so shocked at the fact that I was wearing a swastika, even though it's a reverse swastika. I'm just gonna actually go into the Hollywood Contour one from Charlotte Tilbury. I have it in the shade Fair Medium. I'm just gonna go lightly with this product because it's quite pigmented. And yeah, I'm just gonna dot it all over my face. And just on my nose to contour, and a little bit more onto my chin because this is a cooler tone than the big bronzer. And then another instance where something weird happened was, I don't know if in elementary school you guys had like firefighters and like police officers come visit your school to talk about what they do at their job and stuff like that. But I remember our school one year did, and we were in line to go into class, and the police officer kindly pulled me to the side and was like, "Why are you wearing that necklace, sweetie?" And at the time I thought, oh, he probably thinks my necklace is pretty, like that's really what I thought. And he was like, oh, like why are you wearing that necklace? And I don't know why I responded in this manner, but I just said, oh, like my mom makes me wear it. And I think it's just because of the fact that like my mom would have been pissed if I ever lost that necklace, because it's obviously like real gold, and like I got it for my 100th day celebration, and it's like a nice piece of jewelry that, like gold, like speaking of the material wise. So I think I just responded in the moment like, oh, like because like my mom wants me to wear it. And I'm sure at that moment he was probably thinking like the worst of my mom. And I think it was like a week-long thing where like each day like the police and firefighter came back and they were talking to our class and stuff. So he was like, okay, well, why don't you go ask your mom once you go home tonight, like why she makes you wear it. And that's what I did. I went home that night and talked to my mom, and still she didn't explain to me like why he was asking me why I was wearing that necklace. I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Medium Honey as my eyeshadow primer, just dotting that on. This is what I always use because I don't like this concealer underneath my eyes, so I just use that because it's pretty dry in I feel my eyelids are quite oily, even though I feel like the rest of me is pretty dry. I'm just gonna get that eyelid set. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in with the Orgasm Palette, actually the Orgasm Highlighter, liquid illuminating highlighter, and put that onto my cheek first. I'm just gonna shake this up first. And so I went home that night and I kind of asked her, like, Mom, this police officer asked about my necklace and he wants me to ask you, like, why do I wear this necklace? I'm just gonna stipple this onto my cheeks first. And I'm using the highlighter first because I saw the makeup artist of NARS do this in this video, so that's what I did for this video. And I mean, that's what I did for this look in that video. So I think she responded to me just like very shortly. She just said, oh, like, just tell him it's like my religion. And so I like went back to him and reported back to him the next day. As soon as I saw him, we're in line about to go to class, and I just like ran up to him and I was so excited to talk to him. I don't know why. And I like just like ran up to him and told him, oh, like, my mom said it's because of my religion. And so now I'm gonna go into the Orgasm Palette. Oh my gosh, did I freaking scratch this with my nail? Okay. I'm gonna go into the Orgasm Palette, which has very mixed reviews on the internet, but I have been grabbing for this. And I'm gonna mix Orgasm, just the regular color, and Orgasm Fever. Yeah, so Orgasm and Orgasm Fever. I might be getting that wrong. I can never tell with these palettes. So this is Orgasm, and then the bronzy colors is Orgasm Fever, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, if it's wrong, I'll just write it on the page, on the screen. But I'm just gonna mix those two and put it onto my cheek. And so I just reported back to him and told him it's my religion, which in hindsight probably didn't like really clarify anything for him. Because I mean, saying it's my religion, I don't really know anybody, unless you're a Buddhist yourself, knows about the reverse swastika like in American society. Like, I don't know anybody that knows that. So saying that just a blank, very general statement that it's my religion can mean, I feel, could have been interpreted in many different ways for him. But maybe he just didn't want to like keep digging further, and maybe he just like didn't. I mean, I was a little kid, so I'm sure he was just thinking like, she's just a little kid, like what her parents make her do, it's not really any of my business. Or maybe he didn't want to pry any further, and maybe like, or maybe he did understand, I don't know. But from what I remember, he didn't pry any further, he didn't ask me any more questions, and that was really that. And I kind of forgot about it. I'm gonna just put this over my nose a little bit. And I really just kind of forgot about it. And then I changed schools, and my mom and my dad had been divorced since I was like 1. And around this time, he started dating my stepmom. And I remember her and I having this talk. So I'm gonna go into the Dose of Colors palette for the eye look, which I feel like is like the main point of this whole look, because it's very bronzy, very pretty, very easy to wear. I feel like for any occasion, whether it be going out during the daytime, it's really flattering. And I'm gonna go into the color. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the color Necessary, which is that like light tan shade next to Dirty Money, right there, and just go into my crease with the color. I feel like Desi and Katie like really do undertones well, for like they like really suit my liking. I don't know. Like their lip colors, I like really like the undertones, and I find it really hard to find those undertones, those warmer undertones in makeup in general. Okay, now that that's laid out, I'm gonna go into the color Churro. Yeah, and just deepen out the crease. This is like a fairly simple look. Yeah. And so anyway, so this is around the time my dad started dating this lady. Her name is Jane. She eventually was my stepmom, but she pulled me aside and she was just talking to me about this necklace. She just sat me to the side and she was trying to have this conversation with me at like in the 5th grade, where she was just like, honey, like, I know you love this necklace, I know you wear it all the time and you never take it off, but I think you're at that age where you can't wear it anymore. And I was at first just taken aback. I was like, what do you mean I can't wear it anymore? Is this zoomed up close enough for you guys to see? Let me zoom up a little closer. Yeah, so that's what this is looking like right now. And I was just like really taken aback because I didn't understand like why. Because up until this point, every time little instances would happen because of this necklace, no one explained to me like what the fuck was going on, you know? And so I'm just gonna go into Just a Kiss, which is my favorite color from this palette. It broke, so that's why it looks like a mess. I just crushed it back in there. She just started this conversation with, you can't wear this necklace anymore. And I just thought she was being a bossy soon-to-be stepmom, and I was like, what do you mean? And I was just like giving her attitude. And I just told her, this is my favorite necklace, I never take it off. Like, I've worn it forever, and like, basically you can't tell me what to do. You're not I didn't say it like that, but, and I wasn't that much of a brat, like we actually really got along. But yeah, she was like, well, I think she was just trying to be nice about it. She was like, well, you're such a beautiful girl. You're such a kind and like beautiful girl. I wouldn't want people getting the wrong impression of you because of this necklace. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was just like, well, that necklace has different meanings for different people. And although it stands for like Buddhist culture, a lot of people don't know that just by looking at it. And I still don't really think I understood what she was saying, but because I respected her and I loved her, I just stopped wearing the necklace, really. And it wasn't until much later on I understood that she was like actually trying to protect me by having me stop wearing this necklace, because I don't know, like maybe we were all too young to really understand the Holocaust and anti-Semitism and the swastika and all that negative emotions that hold for people at that age, because I was never bullied about it. No one even brought it up to me. None of my teachers, none of my peers made fun of me for it in elementary school. And maybe the teachers didn't want to be assuming anything, or I don't know, maybe they had separate talks with my teachers, I don't know. But I think it really shocked my stepmom when she saw me wear that necklace so frequently, and well, not frequently, just all the time. And she was just trying to explain to me that, yeah, like that necklace doesn't mean what it means for you, and it's actually like a bad thing for some people. And I went a little crazy with that glitter trying to get that one out of my finger, but when that happens you can just take a spoolie and just brush it off a little bit. And this glitter is so freaking pretty. It's like such a unique shade of like gold, which I feel like it doesn't really look like, you can't really tell by just looking at the shade in the pan, like it just looks like champagne-y, but on the eyes I just feel it's so beautiful. And the eyes are just really that simple, it's just like that. And then I'm just going to run churro underneath my bottom part of my eyes. Just kind of blend the two. And then go in with just a kiss a little bit more into the bottom part of my eye. Yeah, so I never got bullied about it. No one pointed it out to me except for the police officer and that random boy that I ran into at the ice cream shop. So I didn't really understand, but I just took her word for it that people would be offended and people would take emotion to this. And I understood that, I don't know, I just didn't want to kind of evoke that with a necklace. Even though I loved my necklace and I wore it all the time, it was like my favorite piece of jewelry, I just took her word for it and I stopped wearing it. Now I'm gonna go in with the Tom Ford liquid eyeliner. This is the eye defining pen in 01 Deeper. You can use a way cheaper eyeliner than this, but my other only favorite one is a Kat Von D one, and I don't really feel like using that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in with this and just do like a line close to my lash line. And it doesn't really have to be perfect because I'm just gonna use a small pencil brush to kind of smoke this out. Small little pencil brush and just smoke that out. And I just like using this as, I don't know, like I don't love this eyeliner pen if I'm being completely honest, but I like it to smoke it out and like create like a smoky wing because it's so inky black that it just creates the best effect. So I'm glad I found a use for this eyeliner pen. I know it's a lot of people's favorite, but I don't know. Like, it's really hard for me to use, and I think it's just because I prefer like really thin lines. My camera keeps overheating, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put some concealer on, but I just did the other eye and I smoked it out and it looks a mess, but that's kind of how it looks until you clean it up. I'm just gonna grab the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer in the shade Light, and I'm just going to clean that up now. And this is like a soft matte concealer, which I don't really feel like I'd gravitate towards, but I have been liking this lately since I did that full face of Milk Makeup. So now I'm looking back, I'm glad I stopped wearing the necklace. I didn't ask too many questions, and I just stopped wearing the necklace because now I understand how it creates emotion for people. And in general, like the whole Kat Von D situation, I don't really feel like I can explain it as well as Jen Loves Reviews and Unnatural Vegan, so definitely watch their video. But in regards to that, Unnatural Vegan mentioned that her husband just kind of did like the reverse swastika to be edgy and like it to symbol prosperity and good luck and Buddhism, but I just don't understand why you would put that on your body if you're not even Buddhist. I don't know if he is Buddhist or not, but I don't understand. Like do you know anything else about being Buddhist besides the swastika sign? Like, I just think it's really immature and like really annoying that he went ahead and did that just to be like cool and edgy and like make people feel a certain way just because he wanted to be cool and edgy and different. I find that really like annoying. Especially because of the fact that he's like not even Buddhist, right? Like, is he Buddhist? Can someone tell me if he's Buddhist or not? I'm going with the Real Techniques brush. I just feel like it's really, one, immature, but like also just just like really inconsiderate. Like Unnatural Vegan was saying like should we, or was it Jen Loves Reviews? One of them are saying that should we leave like the audience to have that knowledge or something along those lines, and is it our responsibility to know? But it's like, even for me who wore this necklace for 10 years of my life, looking at that necklace that not looking at that tattoo that Jen Loves Review put up of her husband, just looking at it quickly, the differences of a reverse swastika and a regular swastika are so minuscule. Like, it's really hard to catch just by looking at it. And for me, even having worn this for freaking 10 years of my life, I just immediately reacted to it and thought, oh my gosh, he's an anti-Semitic. And only after she explained it was a reverse swastika was like when I was like, wow, like I wore this for 10 years of my life, and I'm recording.
Want fries?
Yeah.
Say yeah?
Yeah. And I didn't even freaking recognize it. So how can you expect someone just randomly on the street sees this tattoo and expect that person to know exactly what that tattoo means? I think he knew exactly what kind of emotions he was trying to evoke when he got this tattoo, and whether it was to be cool or edgy or not. Like, I think it's really like stretching it to expect people to know what that means, even if you're Buddhist, even if you're not, to look at something like that right away and know, oh, that's a reverse swastika. That's my main issue, is like, I mean, I didn't even know it, and I freaking wore it for 10 freaking years. I would really like to ask my mom if she knows much about the Holocaust and about everything that's happened. She came to America when she was 18, so it could just be the fact that she didn't really realize the impact of this symbol. It just meant Buddhism for her, her connection to her family, you know? So please don't be mean to my mom who has passed. But yeah, I'm just gonna do my eyebrows really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My eyebrows are on and I put my mascara on. I used the Nude Sticks brow pencil, the eyebrow stylus pencil in gel in the shade, I don't know what shade this is, but it's the darkest one, and then also the glossy boy brow for my brows, and the Lancome Hypnose mascara for my eyelashes. I'm just gonna go into some lip color now and maybe a little bit more highlights. So the whole reason I wanted to talk about this was because, you know, like, I think it's really weird that somebody would put a reverse swastika on their body when they're not actually even Buddhist. It just really confuses me to no end. I think he just did it to be edgy, like Unnatural Vegan mentioned. You know, it's just to get a reaction out of people, and I think that's really not cool, because one, you're bringing up all these negative emotions for people and all this, you know, just hurt feelings for people, and then on top of that you're also disrespecting an entire religion you have no idea about, which I don't really specify myself as with one. I'm like with one religion, and I'm not very religious myself, but just the fact that, you know, like, my family is Buddhist, part of my family is Buddhist, and they're very devout Buddhists. So the fact that somebody just did it to be edgy and just to be a dick basically is just kind of annoying. Like, it's really annoying. I'm just gonna put some more of that Orgasm liquid highlighter over my nose. And unless he is seriously going out there and educating and means to educate people, also on my chin as well, means to educate people about the true meaning of a reverse swastika, which I don't believe he is. And I could be wrong, because I don't know anything really about Kat Von D's husband or really Kat Von D. I don't really keep up with either of them, so I could just be spewing total lies. Maybe he is out there educating people, which I hardly doubt he is. I just think unless you're willing to do that, I just don't think you have any right to put a reverse swastika on your body just to be a dick. And that's just my opinion. You're welcome and free to disagree with me. That's just how I feel. I'm just gonna put a lip color on now. I'm gonna wipe my lip color off. Not my lip color, I mean my lip mask. And then I'm gonna go in with a lip liner, and I'm gonna go in with the Supernatural lip liner from Pat McGrath, if I can find it. Yep, Pat McGrath. I feel like the only lip liner I use lately. So now I'm gonna go into the Tom Ford lip color Satin Matte in La Nudite in 02. I got this for a really good deal. I saw Morgan Turner's video on the cosmetic company store, which I didn't even know existed. I went to the outlet mall and got this for like $16 or something like that. It's just a nice nude color. Anything crazy spectacular or a nude that will blow my mind? No, but nice nude nonetheless. I think I'm just going to add a little gloss. Should I add a little gloss or should I just leave it kind of like that? I don't know. Maybe I'll go in with the gloss. For sure, I'll go in with the Patrick Ta Major Glow Lip Shine, and she's expensive. Okay? So yeah, I'm really thankful for Jenlove's Reviews for bringing this subject up. I just really want to talk about it because I wanted to emphasize the fact that although I wore this necklace for 10 years and know what a reverse swastika is, at first, my first reaction to seeing that photo of her husband wearing that necklace was like, he has a swastika on his neck, he must be anti-Semitic. And this is the final finished look, quick and easy. Talk about my experience with this symbol that means a lot of different things for a lot of different people, and I'm still not going to wear the necklace. I just wanted to talk about it and what it means for me and how it affected my life. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this look, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!